With Omnia, you can establish a solution for news management within your intranet. In this video, we will share our best practice for doing so, and we will show you how Omnia can support a number of different scenarios in your news management solution. But before we dig into the details, we would like to introduce you to an information model that can help you identify different types of news that you probably want to support in your solution. On the right-hand side of the model, we find all official news in the organization. Official news are created by a clearly defined group of authors and have a clearly defined target group. When it comes to global news, this will probably be a corporate communication department or similar, targeting the whole organization. And when it comes to local news, this could be a local manager or supporting functions targeting a specific business area or location. When official news target a limited explicit group of people, like a small sales office, a department or project, we refer to this as team announcements. And the news are still official though, and might come from a department manager, project manager or similar. If we now move on to the non-official side of the model, we find news that can be created by anyone in the organization. Within a team, this could be news about a meeting that needs to be postponed or maybe that we are celebrating someone's birthday with cake in the kitchen area. If we look at the broader audience, the target group is more likely to be a community of some sort. This could be a social community like a Stockholm office after work, or knowledge sharing related like how we do better sales. And in a small and mid-sized organization, we could even allow anyone to post anything to the whole organization. Organization-wide posts can be used as a channel to express something that has happened during your workday or maybe to praise a colleague. Once you have an information model in place and you are clear on what types of news you want to support in your solution, it is time to dig into best practice within each area. We recommend that global news are set up with a central group of editors. You can still allow local authors for certain types of global news by enabling an approval process. The central group of editors can plan ahead and organize their work using a publishing schedule. A common requirement for global news is also that they need to be translated into a number of different languages. You can set up Omnia with a mix of machine translation and translations being done by a variation author. A variation author gets notified when there is something new to translate and can use tools in Omnia to help out with the translation work. Global news are usually targeted to the whole organization, but we recommend that you define a set of news types that can be used by the readers to find similar news. We also recommend that you make it possible to decide that a news article requires some extra attention. This information can be used to promote the article within the solution. Now, when we have global news set up, let's have a look at local news. A difference between local and global news is that you will allow more users throughout the organization to create local news. Make sure that the solution is set up to support this scenario by giving the ownership of a local news article to the user that creates it. If the user wants to invite co-authors, it is up to them to decide. Local news are always targeted to a subset of the organization. This could, for example, be based on organization or location. And in order for news to target the correct audience, you need to make sure that you have your user profile set up correctly in the solution. We also recommend that you make it possible for end users to subscribe to local news. It might be that you travel a lot and want to be notified not only about your home location, but also about locations you visit in your daily work. So, now when we have figured out how official news targeted to a broad audience can be managed, we also need to make sure our intranet users read the news. The intranet start page is a good start, but there is a risk that the amount of information that you want to present to your users makes it a bit cluttered. Therefore, we recommend that the start page is reserved for promoted global news. All other news that are targeted to the user can be published through the notification panel. This makes it super easy for the user to find what is new. And once you have the start page and the notification panel figured out, We also strongly recommend that you set up a news center. This is the perfect place to go if you haven't been logged in for a while or you need to find something that you might have missed. The news center should make it possible to catch up on relevant news articles. Do I have any unread news targeted to me the last month? Which news are the most read or most commented or most liked? To improve the news reach even further, you should also look into the following features in Omnia. Make sure to set up the Omnia mobile app. Your users will then get push notifications to the mobile devices whenever there is a new article targeted to them. Set up the possibility to manage and send out newsletters. This makes it possible to push a summary of the most important news on a regular basis to users that don't visit the intranet on a daily basis. If you have a digital signage infrastructure in place, you can set up Omnia to push news real-time to the locations of your choice. Next, we are going to talk about management of news within a limited group of people. This could be a small office, department, project, or similar. And the best way to manage this type of news is to use the teamwork features that you know and like within Microsoft 365 and Omnia. Make sure that each small office, department, or project has its own team in Microsoft Teams. Users that are allowed to post official announcements in the team should be set up as owners, and all other users should be members. It will then be possible to set up a dedicated channel in the team for official announcements, and thereby make sure they are separated from the unofficial news posts in the team. If you're not using Microsoft Teams within your organization, it is possible to implement a solution based on SharePoint Team News for official announcements and Teamwork Posts in Omnia for unofficial news from members in a team. In Omnia, you can use communities to gather people around a specific topic. This could be a community that focuses on knowledge sharing or a social community that focuses on a specific type of activity or event. You can set up the possibility to post news within a community. Anyone that has joined the community should be able to quickly post something that is on their mind. Other community members can then respond to that. You can even make it possible for anyone to post organization-wide news. This is probably best suited for small and mid-sized organizations and can be used to further enhance the activity in your intranet solution. Now we have seen how you can use Omnia to establish a solution for news management within your intranet and our best practice for doing so. We know that news management isn't always a one-size-fits-all, but we truly recommend that you use an information model to figure out which tools to use for what. We hope you will be successful in the setup of your news management solution. Thanks for watching.